And now for something completely different.
Smoke
medical
weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and Fasted. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
And Pharaoh. What up, Pharaoh?
Yo, what's up, my brother? How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty phenomenal. This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. You are famous out there, man. First of all, one of my friends, Sal, who works at the chill room of Pinellas Park, the best kava bar around, and also he goes to Ybor a lot. He was like, where have I seen that Pharaoh guy? And I told him that you do Sunday nights at Tangra, and he was like, I like that guy.
Listen, my name is, different, and it does stand out. So definitely, if you heard of me, shout out to you, shout out to Kava Bar, and listen, shout out to him.
And September 3rd, we're doing Hoppe Night.
Listen, we're gonna go out, have a good time, get lit, and of course, have some bad bitches with us.
Hell yeah! Speaking of that. So we have a new key card here at work. They changed the setup, and you have to have a new key card, and I didn't get it, so I was locked out of work. So I first call the engineer that I'm friends with. He doesn't pick up. So then I call Tony from Maxima, who just left. So then I called you, and you're like, yeah, I'll be there in a second. And I heard some people in the background. And you ever talk to somebody on the phone and you think you know what they look like, and then when you see what's actually going on, you're surprised? I'm imagining you maybe eating a box of pizza or something in the break room. No. Explain the beauty I just saw walking into Beasley Media Group.
Listen, so we were shooting a commercial for actually the Sunday event that's going on this Sunday at Tangra, which is going to be called Wet and Wild. And, we were with two beautiful ladies, and they were all in bikini, and they had water guns. So that was really a shocking situation to have at the radio station. Everybody's eyes were really googly, and especially more when the ladies are beautiful.
It was funny, too, because I, try to be proper and not chuck them out, but you go, oh, hi.
Yeah, you're like, hey.
I think I said Pharaoh's a legend for this, and everybody laughed.
Pharaoh, man, shout out to that, man. You definitely showed me love in front of the ladies. And
of course, dude. You show me love on this podcast.
Yes, so we both won today. A win is a win.
Hell yeah, a win is a win. There's more updates in the Larsa Pippen world. Have you heard about it?
I have not.
Oh, man, it gets good. Also, later on, I want to get your opinion on Adam 22. You know Adam 22?
Yes, that situation has been mind-blowing, but I did some more research on the situation, and I'm not really mad at him because, we're not going to get too deep into it, but...
We'll discuss that later. Yeah. I just think he's creepy as fuck.
Well, wait. Okay, so let's go with this Larsa Pippen one
first. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773, because trust me, I'm a man of my words when I say that we have plenty of time in life to rip into that dirtbag known as Adam 22.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Here's what's going on with Larsa.
Sharing how she really feels about Michael Jordan's public disapproval of her relationship with his son, Marcus. On a recent episode of their podcast, Separation Anxiety, Larsa and Marcus addressed the NBA star, admitting that he isn't a big fan of their romance.
I felt like it went everywhere, and I was kind of embarrassed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that. Obviously, he thought of the timing. His goal has always been to, stay clear of our relationship. I think, look, at the root of it all, obviously, is my dad's relationship with your ex, Scotty. And so, obviously, we never talk about that. And I don't think that my dad wanted to comment on that. There's always that narrative, that the rumor that I'm dating you in some sort of way to get back at whatever was said. And so I think, if my dad comes out and says yes, he's fueling that narrative of, okay, whatever.
Marcus is a well-spoken cat, bro. When I listen to Marcus, I go, man, this guy is smart. Why are you with that dummy Larsa? I know she's beautiful, but hit it and quit it.
Listen, Marcus is definitely educated, so he knows how to handle the situation as best as possible, especially in the circumstances that he's in with Pippen and with his dad. So they're pretty, they're eggshells on the floor in the situation.
Dude, speaking of eggshells, Scottie Pippen, man, I grew up a Bulls fan. I remember the 98 championship. I don't remember any of the other ones because I was born in 93. But let me tell you, man, he was the hero of Chicago, but he was known as No Tippin' Pippen because he doesn't tip and he's a douchebag. Man, if Scottie Pippen was a nicer person, he would have been more successful because after he left the Bulls, he couldn't do much. Scottie Pippen is so talented, but I don't know if there's ever been a more unlikable person because of his lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, somebody who had so much success in basketball and overall the Chicago Bulls as a player, once everything was over with that, so was his career. And he wasn't, in my personal opinion, he wasn't really a much likable person like Michael Jordan when their careers in the Bulls changed.
And a lot of Chicago Bulls fans give him flowers, and he deserves it because I do believe that he helped Michael Jordan win. I think Michael Jordan would have won without him, but Scottie Pippen 100% deserves the flowers for helping Jordan win. But in 1995 or 94, when Michael Jordan, quote unquote, retired for betting on the game or whatever, when his dad died and then he played baseball for 2 years, whatever happened there's some conspiracy. Scottie Pippen was mad that Kukoc was going to take the final shot and not him, so he sat on the bench.
Yeah, that sounds like pretty bratty attitude. And somebody like that should not be playing pro basketball.
And somebody who's bratty not play pro basketball, that doesn't mean he's not good. It just means, what do you mean by that? I'm curious.
Well, when I say bratty attitude is you're losing the team aspect of pro basketball. The whole situation that everybody knows is Pippen is obviously, he says that, Michael never shouts him out. He was always in the shadow of Michael, but he's the one who helped him win the titles and everything. Okay, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you still got paid millions. You were still rich. You were still successful. You never did the outside work of actually being a likable person to the people to win them over.
Bratty's your go-to word. You've described other people to me as bratty.
A lot of girls are bratty.
A lot of guys are bratty.
Guys are bratty. Sitting down on the bench because you were not taking the last shot is bratty attitude, or you're pretty much a bitch.
But I think he said no, just in a joking way, knowing that, how Jordans play around. And so I thought it was funny from the jump, but obviously we had to talk about
from
it.
The jump.
Kind of iron some things
work our way through that one.
Larsa has stated in the past that Michael approved of their relationship, but
what's Michael going to do? Care? He's got so much going on of nothing going on that I don't think Michael cares that much. I just think Michael probably feels a little bad that things aren't good with him and Scottie in like a little bit of a way, and then this doesn't help. This definitely makes it very tangled.
Let's be honest. It's a little weird that your former teammate, your ex-girl, your ex-wife is being dated by, in Michael's situation, his son. Nobody wants to live through that situation because I'm pretty sure when Marcus Jordan was growing up, Laura was around. So she pretty much seen this whole man who's now an adult grow up from baby to adult. And that's pretty awkward. And having those personal issues on the court and everything that's gone on publicly with Jordan and Scottie is way worse.
Well, here's the thing I think about, and I brought up on one of our first shows, is imagine, let's say Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and Michael Jordan's average-looking wife that he cheated on all the time, and Larsa and Scottie, the four of them all go out to eat for the fanciest meal in 1996. If you were to tell me that they weren't thinking, let me repeat this. What I'm trying to say is, at the dinner table, they're talking about their kid. Oh, Marcus, he's going to play basketball. He's going to do this and that. Just talking about what they want their kid to be. I don't think anybody would have believed it if they said, hey, you know that baby that's taking a shit in the diaper at home? He's going to have sex with you in about 25 years. You know what I mean? That's got to be weird because she probably saw him as a baby, like at like a championship rally or something. And the whole idea of hooking up with older women is fun. It's beautiful. It gives you experience. They can be really good friends. It's never long term, but there is something beautiful about hooking up with a MILF, hooking up with an older woman. But whenever a millennial does that, you don't know the person. You're getting to know them. But when you know the person and they've seen you since you were born, that's where it gets kind of weird. As sexy as the idea of banging an older woman is, this is the one where I'm like,
I mean, let's be realistic. We've all had that idea.
Oh, of course.
About banging our, what's it called?
Friend's mom.
No, not the friend's mom. Our babysitters. You know?
I had one that used to babysit me. Oh, my God.
Imagine you being 10, 11. You have this 20-year-old hot babysitter you kind of want to, in the future. But what you don't see is yourself dating your dad's rival.
Nope.
She noted that it must be awkward given the history between Michael and Larsa's ex-husband, Scottie Pippen.
Do you understand that it's not awkward for us to be together because it's us, but it probably is awkward for my ex and your dad?
For sure.
Because they have their own relationship or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't a part of that. You weren't a part of that.
Exactly.
So I feel like for them, it probably is weird. It probably is weird for your dad, and I can't be mad or I understand.
I think Marcus legitimately likes her, and I think she's legitimately trying to hurt everybody involved. I think he's fallen in love for some reason, and I think she's a sociopath.
Of course, and I don't know, she kind of has this evil in her eyes.
Yeah, she has like a wannabe Kardashian because she's tried to be friends with them. And when the Kardashians don't want to associate with you, you're like in the Black China category.
Mm-hmm.
And Marcus.
And what?
No, and at that point, you're just blacked out. You're in the blacklist. Nobody wants to rock with you.
Nope.
Be mad or I understand.
Larsa and Marcus went public with their romance back in January. Mm-hmm. And just 1 month earlier, the Real Housewives of Miami star made an appearance on Access Hollywood's Housewife Nightcap. And she said the two were, quote, figuring things out.
She's one of those, before I play the clip, she's one of those that always has to wear outfits where her boobs are about to pop out. You know that personality of that talentless imbeciles known as women, not all women, but like women that don't have talent when their boobs are about to pop out? Yeah, she's got like sweaty girl farts in club at Ybor or something. Like she's got like skanky vibes. Like she's hot, and I would hook up with her, but she's just, ugh.
Are we saying skanky or slutty?
Skanky.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who would be. I don't want to start saying public figures that are slutty. To me, like, do you know about Zion Williamson allegedly knocking up Mariah Mills, who is in porn? And they allegedly have a sex tape, and she was saying she's pregnant. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
You know Zion Williamson, obviously, on the Pelicans.
Yes.
He almost never plays, and he just bangs all these women, and all the women. It's on blacksportsonline.com, run by this guy named Robert Little, who gets the real inside info that TMZ is afraid to post. And he gets a lot of screenshots. And in the past, Zion's had a lot of women that have sent and given this guy the DMs of Zion being a dog. Well, in this example, Mariah Mills, do you know who she is?
Is this the girl who released the DMs in the Snapchat? Okay. Yes.
She's slutty. Mariah Mills is slutty. Larsa Pippen, skanky.
9 days after Michael Jordan seemingly slammed son Marcus's relationship with Larsa Pippen, the couple of 6 months are doing some daddy damage control. Our Bryce Sanders got their first interview together in Miami. It's an ET exclusive.
Your family's history is, of course, big conversation. Have you now officially met the Jordans?
Yeah, we spent Thanksgiving together last year, and my family loves her. So as long as I'm happy, they're happy with whoever I'm dating.
All right, so we've got the Michael Jordan stamp of approval on Larsa.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And today on their Separation Anxiety podcast, Marcus claimed Michael's emphatic no was just a tequila-fueled joke.
When I saw it, immediately I thought he's, just being playful. He's, a little lit, maybe,
I don't think that's true. I mean, I'm sure he knows that his dad likes to drink tequila, but I don't think that was a joke when he said that.
Yeah, I think it was probably
real
dad and son moment. and he was sharing his opinion on the situation, and that's just it.
You know, I didn't put too much weight into it.
It probably is awkward for my ex and your dad.
For sure.
Man, after this segment, I really feel like I need to wash my hands. Like, you feel really skanky. You just like, ugh.
You feel dirty, like you're in the mix.
Yeah, like I don't, like what? You feel dirty like what?
Like we're in the mix of the situation.
Oh, I thought you said the Matrix.
Oh, no.
And I was like, you have the red pill or the blue pill, but Michael Jordan needs to take that other pill to perform.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
So I reached out on Facebook and I said, hey, who wants to have their rap music played on Happy Hour? And I got a ginormous response. A lot of people did not reply. Like, I had 20 comments and maybe 20 people commented, 3 different people that they tagged. And only a few of them got back to me because I'm at 5,000 friends, so I can't add any more people. But my good friend, Mike, a.k.a. Town and Country Mike, a.k.a. Team Holloway. I've known him since when I worked at 95.3 WDAE in the sports department. And he used to make music back in the early 2010s. It kind of has a Roscoe Dash vibe. And the name of the band was Wigda, Where It Goes Down At. And here is their song, So Swagged Out. This is the Happy Hour premiere of this amazing relic from 12 years ago.
Yeah, MIC. PT, what's up, nigga? Chico. Hollywood, brush.
Yeah. We're gonna rinse it out right here and swag it out at the same time, man. This that new thing. Rinse it and swag and rinse it out at the same time. What up, Gucci? 813. Yeah. My chain look bright, made your girl look twice. My ice on bird, I don't ask about the price.
Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Because I'm so swagged out. Because I'm so swagged out.
Black and red chain fruity, made your girl a groupie. Eyes all droopy, my paper damn goofy. Car top drop, I call her topless Susie. Hit the clubs just to make the biggest movie. 30-carat bracelet, I caught from George Clooney. Left the jewelry store with goals, I am a goonie. Lemonade chain bug you out like a loony. You can catch me true religion, Gucci shades and Louis. Your shorty sent sex clips to my two-way. She fine as hell and very bougie. Now rinse it out. Now Bobby Boucher. I'm swagged out like LL Cool J. Paparazzi snapping photos cause they love to shoot me. Chico made the beat Scooby-Doo. Now everybody get stupid and do this. Swag it out. Rinse it out. Now rinse it out. Rinse it out. My chain look bright. Made your girl look twice. My ice on bird. I don't ask about the price.
Cause I'm so swagged out. Cause I'm so swagged out. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Now rinse around, rinse around, rinse around, rinse around. Because I'm so swagged out. Because I'm so swagged out. Life is short, life is stank, but with this I make the best of it. Bag and swaggy, reach around, don't come at me with petty shit. I'm chillin', bruh, clicking, tipping my cup to the ceiling. Up, you feeling us, hopefully, but really I don't give a fuck. I'm swagging out, no two-step, I add 6 more, then turn around. Break it down, put your hands in the air like you just don't care. We in your town. So around, swag it out. I see them haters, what it is. Got Chico on this beat, we got this dancing beat of shit. Rinse it out, make it clean, swag it out and make it lean. Snap your fingers to the beat, you hear the dropping and repeat. We keep going on, rinsing like a sprinkler system. Ain't this shit gon' pump so hard in your system? Keep my swag on pimpin' in case these hoes wanna get it.
My chain look bright, yeah. Your girl look twice. My ice on bird, I don't ask about the price.
Cause I'm so swagged out.
What do you think of that song, brah? Wigda, so swagged out.
Listen, I love the Tampa Bay energy.
Yes,
and
sir.
I love the fact that it was released 12 years ago. Like the music is good. The video was good. There's so much energy in it. Shout out to him.
Hell yeah. This following segment, get some David Pezza on here, has been brought to you by Mitra 9, which I got the 24-pack in the mail. Woo! I was so happy. I don't think I've been that happy to get something in the mail probably since like when I got like a PS3 in the mail or something 12 years ago. Like, you know when you get something in the mail and you're super excited?
I used to do that for clothing, Karma Loop. I don't know if you heard about Karma Loop before.
I have not. What is that?
Karma Loop was, when I was in high school, the hottest website to order clothing.
Karma
Loop.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was mostly like DGK, a.k.a. Dirty Ghetto Kids, like that type of brands. It was mostly like when jerking was cool.
Yeah.
It was.
You're a jerk.
Yeah.
You're a jerk.
It was definitely like
You're a jerk.
10, 15 years ago.
What was that, New Boys?
It was New Boys, for sure. Shout out to New Boys.
Dude, I remember I was in high school and everybody was doing the jerk at the high school dance.
Yo, and remember, everybody was rocking the Vans. Like, I'm a Vans on, but they look like sneakers.
Or, what was his name? Duro? Ice Cream Paint Job?
Oh, yeah.
Ice Cream Paint Job was big in my high school.
Yep.
And the other song that was big was Like a G6. Chicago loved Like a G6.
No, but that song was just, in general, a good song. Like, you could play that in, like, a pop station and a hip-hop station, and everybody would love it. Even a Spanish station.
And you can play this anywhere. It's Pez Head. My good friend DJ Pez, a.k.a. David Pezza. He made this great song, Betches, B-E-T-C-H-E-S, Love Brunch.
I'm kind of on a diet.
But back to the point. If you go to mitra-9.com and use keyword Hoppe at the checkout, you can save 20% on the best Kava and Kratom around. I don't know if you can tell by my energy level, but I have consumed some and I am in an amazing mood. This has also been brought to you by DZBZHoney.com. I gotta get you to try this. It's CBD Delta 8 honey. The best honey I've ever had. And I'm not just saying that because they're my sponsor. Legitimately the best honey, and it gets you high.
So it gets you high and it also relaxes you?
Oh, yeah. Dude, it makes you sink. You sink!
That sounds like I'm going to need some good food and a good Netflix show.
Why do you say Netflix? What do you watch on Netflix? I'm more of a Hulu, not Amazon Prime. I'm more of a Hulu Max guy, HBO Max.
First and foremost, shout out my girlfriend. She has everything. She has Netflix, Disney Plus. She also has Hulu.
That's the best part about being in a relationship is you kind of go, I'll pay for this one. You'll pay for this one. Your mom can get us this too.
Yes, and we're all sharing accounts. And best believe, when that Zaza's in the air, my butt is watching some Netflix.
If you go to DZBZ Honey and at checkout use keyword Hoppe, you can save 20%. Bitches do love brunch, though. Does your girl like brunch? Is she ever awake for brunch, or are you guys all hungover?
She's really a morning person, but I'm not, so it's really difficult to get me up. So even if she was good for brunch, I'm not. So she might as well just kiss all that goodbye.
That's unfortunate. I don't know. We'll be right back.
And now for something completely different.
It's time to turn Hoppe on.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Did you hear the news, Pharaoh?
What's going on?
Well, first of all, training camp's probably about a month away.
That's a plus right there.
You watch NFL?
Slightly.
Me too. Like, I'm not a big fan of it. And I'm not sure why I worked in sports radio. I think they're wondering the same thing. But I got into it last year. Did you hear about Leonard Fournette?
I did not. What's going on?
Leonard Fournette's losing his mind in Florida. Must be the CTE.
Who is it?
Leonard Fournette was driving like a madman before his car burnt to a crisp last month, moving at high rates of speed and racing a motorcyclist. At least that's according to a new police report obtained by TMZ Sports. In the Florida Highway Patrol documents, cops say a witness came to them with an allegation shortly after Leonard Fournette revealed his car had been demolished while on a Hillsborough County highway on June 27th. There are a ton of jerk-offs on the road that are always being dangerous, but I never would have thought in my wildest dreams that somebody like Leonard Fournette would do that. You know what I mean? He always was classy. He won us. I'm telling you right now, if you are doing a race on the road, you're a loser. If you're on Gandy or you're on 275, I hate that late night scene at the Gandy Beach.
Listen, I think you said Hillsborough, correct?
Yes.
That's where the red flag was at. You should not be racing or doing anything crazy like that in Hillsborough because you're going to either end up dead or in jail.
Yeah, the cops in Hillsborough are just waiting on the highway. That's where all the, I like to say that they look like cockroaches. You know the Florida Highway Patrol cops that have like the big cars? Don't those big cars, and I'm not trying to talk shit about cops, even though I'm not really a fan of them, they look like cockroaches. Those long cars that like chill on 275, they literally look like a ginormous cockroach. They're brown and they're big.
Are we talking about the new Chargers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally look like cockroaches.
They're literally brown and black, so I could definitely see the resemblance.
In the document, cops say the witness told them he had been driving northbound on I-275 when Fournette's black Dodge passed him at a high rate of speed. First of all, it's crazy whenever Tampa makes the news because, you're like, I know that. 275? I drive that all the time. Like, you feel kind of like hometown pride. You're like, wow, Tampa's making the news. But a lot of times, whenever Tampa makes the news, it's crazy NFL players. Antonio Brown. Man, they're all nuts. The witness, according to the report, said he observed the vehicle and a motorcycle to be racing and changing lanes. He then observed the vehicles racing when fire then erupted from the bottom of Fournette's car. Let's be honest here. Fournette may be feeling a little bit like an outsider because I don't even know if he's on a team. Let me check real quick. This is one of my biggest problems in sports radios. I didn't always have the facts. But Leonard Fournette, he might be wishing he is a free agent. He's probably wishing he played in the NFL. Hell, he should be grateful he's alive.
Amen.
Dude, he is a rugged-looking 28-year-old. Like, I know he crushes his head for a living, but he does not look like he's 28.
He looks like he's a little older than 28.
Yeah, for sure. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Did you hear about what happened to G Herbo?
G Herbo, I heard he's locked up. Where's he at?
Oh, man, he's in Chicago. Dude, any Chicago rapper that's from Chicago should never be in Chicago. Lil Durk literally said, thinking this ain't what you want, or one of his songs early on when he was actually good. He's terrible now. Early Lil Durk in 2012, 13, 14 was phenomenal. He is. You like Lil Durk now?
I love Lil Durk. I don't love every single one of his songs. I actually like him now better than before.
Dude, I'm the opposite because I saw him grow on the mixtapes all my friends had played in Chicago. Yeah. This Ain't What You Want, Right Here, Cloud. I loved early Lil Durk.
The early bangers.
And he talks about how he got banned from his city of Chicago. I think that's in This Ain't What You Want. That should be the same thing with G Herbo. I'm not saying he should be banned, but he should have the same mindset to not be in Chicago. If you are from Chicago, you should never be in Chicago unless you need to be, because he was caught with gun possession. G Herbo has a new heaping legal trouble after Chicago cops caught him Sunday evening in connection with a gun bust. TMZ Hip Hop has learned. I like how they have a hip hop department now. Law enforcement sources tell us Herbo was caught around 545 near North Wabash Avenue and East Ontario Street when cops say they found a gun. Herbo's Chi-Town fans will recognize this as he recognizes these roads a lot and mentions them in his songs. Thanks for the info, guys. According to cops, Herbo was arrested and booked for misdemeanor unlawful use of a weapon. He has since been bonded. I kind of feel bad for G Herbo, Lil Durk, Chief Keef, who else is from there? Lil Bibby, where I feel like they always have a target on their back with the cops because everybody, you're a household name. You're being played on Power 92. You're being played on 107.5 WGCI. You're being played everywhere. You're a big deal in Chicago if you're a Chicago rapper. Chicago loves Chicago. Chicago thinks the whole world's against it. Chicago thinks it's better than New York, even though it's not. So what I'm saying is, like, all the cops probably know who G Herbo is. So they probably saw him and were like, let's mess with him. You know what I mean? Like, you got to imagine there's probably a target on your back when you're a famous rapper.
You know why I can't accept the situation? Because Boosie just got arrested for the same thing.
Lil Boosie?
Yeah, you're a felon with a gun. So what are you doing out here? You should have security.
And he has a kid too, and he's always putting up, even though he's probably cheating on his girl, he's always putting up those posts of him and his girl like hanging out with their kid. Like, you got things in this world. Like, don't get in trouble. Did you hear about Jonah Hill?
What's up with the homie? What's going on with him?
He has some text messages that are like being considered sexist that his ex released. And first of all, before I even get into it, I'm learning something recently. If you are of any clout, if you own a company, if you are a rapper, you need to be careful what you send to your girlfriend at any time. Because those texts, like when they arrest you, this may be used against you in the court of law, or whatever that phrase is. The same thing happens with whenever you text a girl. Whenever you text a girl anything, almost expect it to be released. Almost expect it to make you get caught. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like when we're in love and we're in a passionate argument with our significant other, we feel like those text messages are never going to get shared. And I've been burned by exes that have released info to public places. It's fine, whatever. I'm the better person. But what I'm saying is I feel it for Jonah Hill. Now, granted, what he wrote was a lot worse than just talking about my breakup. But what I'm saying is there's no trust anymore. Like, I'm like the mafia, bro. Where once someone's dead to me, I don't release anything about them. I delete them. I'm like Thanos or whatever that superhero is, where everything gets wiped. Like, you're dead to me.
Yeah, so most of this stuff happens with bratty, well, here I go again with the word, bratty and bitchy women. Why would you go ahead and release messages that are going to go and hurt somebody's career who has put time and effort into growing into the successful person that they are? So that's what's really going on these days. Women don't care.
So it seems like this was the breakup text. Here is what Jonah Hill wrote to Sarah H. Brady. Plain and simple. If you need surfing with men, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places, and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feeling. These are my boundaries for a romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. This is the first time I'm reading it on air because I like to learn things with the audience. That's really not that bad. Like, she released that. You know what it is? Because I totally don't have experience with this. A lot of times when you're a man, I think about how to word this. Give me a second here. 856-49-HOPPY. Women don't like being dumped. Women want to be the gender that dumps the man. I can only speak on hetero relationships. So when a man dumps a woman, the woman's ego is hurt. The woman goes, oh, I can't believe it. So they want to like cancel the guy because they're mad that they're not getting the clout anymore of whatever the man could provide.
Exactly. And Jonah Hill's a very successful actor. He's directed crazy movies. So he has the bread. So obviously a woman's going to feel hurt that somebody's successful. You know what? This is kind of touching back on the Marcus Jordan situation. When a woman has a very successful man next to him, they're going to value him. And if he decides to leave, they're going to break him.
So do you know Bethany Frankel?
Give me some more info on the young lady.
Bethany Frankel, well, she's not very young. She's in her 50s, and she's from the Real Housewives of New York. She's like the OG Real Housewife. She had this to say about Jonah Hill and his ex.
Okay, we're going to fight about Jonah Hill. What the hell is going on? So here's the thing. My perspective is the following. I did The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and Jonah Hill was the first guest. And he was a low-grade dick. Like, he was put upon and kind of treated me like he was very better than.
Well, he is. He actually has talent and didn't need to go on a reality show. But everybody says that about Jonah Hill.
You know, when somebody's successful and focused, you're always being a dick. You always think you're better than somebody. And it's really called having focus and an angle on where you're going. So all these ladies, I cannot support them.
And just, I felt like a loser and the nobody that I was.
You are a nobody.
At least you
That's
admitted
why
it.
you felt that way, you imbecile. That's why you're having to talk about him for clout. Who the hell recently has said, what's Bethany Frankel doing? Hell, Farrell is pretty deep into knowing about celebrity news and didn't know who your dirty, rotten ass is. And now you're having to talk about Jonah Hill? That's what I love. And this is not me. I don't want to sound sexist, but whenever a woman talks about a man that they don't like, you're giving that man the power that you claim you don't want them to have. When you're having to talk about your ex or another man you don't like, they actually are winning.
Amen.
Unless the man is a pedophile or hurting animals, where it's something that's literally something that should be condemned. If you're just saying the guy's a dick and you're putting his name out there to millions of people on TikTok, Jonah's winning.
So that's what I'm walking into this as. Still, these texts seem crazy. And there are texts that I've sent to people and that people have sent to me that would seem nuts in a vacuum.
Yeah, she seems like she would send crazy texts.
What does that even mean? Nuts in a vacuum? What's the
know
metaphor?
Sometimes it feels like your nuts are in a vacuum, if you know what I'm saying.
And there are
the teeth, no teeth. Get what I did there.
Texts that I've sent to people and that people have sent to me that would seem nuts in a vacuum. And I want to know from you where the line is in what texts and phone calls should be shared. In the past, Mel Gibson's crazy phone call that his ex shared.
Remember that? The Mel Gibson tape? I don't even want to play it. It was so anti-Semitic and everything.
Yeah, let's not get into the Mel Gibson because we're gonna go deep in the rabbit hole.
Also, I'm not a fan of his acting. I think Lethal Weapon is very overrated. It's very 80s.
He has a lot of good movies though. Let's not knock him out completely.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Alec Baldwin with his daughter, that crazy conversation was shared. A lot was shared with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and until they got into court, everyone was Team Amber. Mm-hmm. So I think it's tricky to be reading texts. Some people might say they may not want their girlfriend wearing bathing suits and posing in sexual poses or sexy poses or hanging out with a lot of male friends, surfing, etc. So I don't know the whole story, and I only have read little snippets and headlines, but if you're in a relationship with someone for 1 year, are texts free game, like fair game? Has he abused her in a way that this is a cry for help and she needs help and she will not be silenced anymore? Because they both seem a little nuts. Like,
yeah. You know who seems nuts? Her as well.
In the vacuum.
Yeah, ladies out there, trust me, like, Once we say we're good, we don't need any more of the vacuum.
Happy hour. Happy hour.
Happy Hour will be right back.
What the hell do I feel like playing right now on my show known as Happy Hour? Let's go with some Kava spills. I was hanging out with Lawrence earlier, LB2. He's over there at the Chill Room in Pinellas Park. He's been promoting Happy Hour too, and the Kava community has been enjoying it. I enjoy all of you that listen to my show and LB2. I hit the post.
I've been sipping Kava, I've been spilling Kava. I don't think it's a problem. Please be with the drama, baby.
Out here on my grind, stay up off my line, side to side, got this function vibing, yeah, I'm doing fine. Free to slime, cop controlling all the time. Cross my T's and count my dimes. If it ain't about a bag, please don't waste my fucking time. Yeah. If it ain't about a bag, please don't waste my fucking time. Gucci slides in the Louis store. I ain't picking size, fill that shell up to the rim, dog. This is your first time. Kava shell got me sitting way back, sitting all alone with my thoughts flat. Keep calling my name, can you hear that? Yeah, I hear it, tell him I call him back, yeah. Tell him I'm busy out here getting these racks, yeah. Give me a beat, I'm going on full attack, yeah. They gave me the crown and now they want it back, yeah. But the game is mine, I'm taking it to the max, yeah.
Can you calling me back? I'm loading up the Mac, I'm counting up the stacks, so baby, stinking like I'm Shaq. I told her throw it back, I'm flowing down the track, oh baby. I've been sipping Kava, and I've been spilling Kava. I don't think it's a problem. Please be with the drama, baby.
Keep calling me back, but I don't ever answer. Yeah, I got some ones on me, but I ain't a dancer. Never giving up the fight like I'm beating cancer. Fill your ass and bring you back, I'm the necromancer. Then I get high and fly away. Ain't no stressing out, we save it for another day. Got my shell in my hand and now I'm in a daze. Working hard for this shit, I'ma need a raise. But you know I don't expect it though. You don't have to like the grind, but you know respect the flow. Feeling muddy out my mind, almost missed my exit hoe. Trapping restless, dropping dimes, gotta keep the status quo. Now that's a rare trait nowadays. Too legit, I ain't scared of Jake nowadays. Chicken tenders eating Kava cake off their graves. LB2, hold me up, we about to blaze.
Keep calling me back, I'm loading up the Mac, counting up the stacks, so baby, stinking like I'm Shaq. I told her throw it back, flowing down the track, oh baby. I've been sipping Kava, I've been spilling Kava. I don't think it's a problem. Leave me with the drama, baby.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you that they are the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. This is Locked On Ya by Pezhead. So go to amiracademy.com. It's got self-defense classes, MMA classes, whatever the hell you need. Pharaoh, We should do an appearance there and just like box. Not me and you spar. I don't want to get my ass kicked. And I'm also old. But like, I should talk to Amir and see if we could do like a video there.
That'd be really dope.
It's like 5 minutes from here. It's on 22nd Avenue. It's in St. Pete.
We should really pull up and do a little class.
Yeah, we should. You're pretty much the co-host, to be real.
Okay. Well,
and honestly, since adding you, and what really helped was interviewing Orlando Davis. Like, I think that's to be expected. Interviewing one of the biggest names of all time in Tampa Bay radio, and definitely the Mount Rushmore of hip hop radio for this town. You would expect interviewing Orlando to increase your downloads. And right when I interviewed Orlando last month, everything's gone up.
That is a blessing right there in disguise.
I've been up 115% in listens. We're at about 2,000 downloads.
God bless America.
And Canada that listens as well. This is also being brought to you by Rich Keeley. He is the best barber in all of the Bay Area. I believe your hair has like an IQ or something, because my hair used to really grow out crazy, and now I've had the army cut for like the past like year.
Are you trying to grow it out?
No. When I grow it out, I look like a butch lesbian. I literally look like a tall woman. Like, it's not a good look when I grow it out.
Listen, all you need is a little fade on the sides and you'll be good.
Trust me, girls that I would talk to in the past would be like, no, you need short hair. And I look good with it. And that's because of Rich Keeley. If you go to richkbarber.com and you sign up for an appointment, he'll hook you up. All right, we're going to come back and mock that cuck known as Adam22. No, I'm not talking about Bubba the Love Sponge.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Okay. What is your take on Adam22? And for people that don't know who Adam22 is, just picture this grimy guy with face tattoos. And I'm not saying that face tattoos make you grimy, because one of my good friends, Joshua October, who I interviewed last week and is a talent agent, rocks it. Post Malone looks okay with it. But Adam22 is like this hip-hop tastemaker influencer. He's this white guy that's dating, is it Lena or Lena the Plug?
I think it's Lena.
And she's beautiful and she's in porn. And they make a lot of videos together. And I'll be real, I've watched them because I want to see how Adam has sex. And he's very like, like he's not putting in any effort. And they do OnlyFans. And he's the one that interviewed the Phoenix Suns girl who had a gangbang with like 7 of the players. Do you remember that?
Yep, in the hotel room.
Yes, sir. During, I believe it was during COVID. And they said that Devin Booker was the last one. Like, she just went in a row. Anyway, I'm not trying to be graphic, but on Adam22's show, it's like sexual times 20. Like, he literally is in porn. So it's like a pornographic hip hop podcast. And the thing about it is it's very, even though he's a tastemaker, it's very distasteful. Like Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony and Bubba in their prime, they were funny about it. There's no humor in Adam22, and he interviews rappers and girls in porn. So pretty much Lena makes a tape with this guy named Jason Love, who is this big black guy, and she makes her first BBC tape. And I'm saying tape, like a sex tape, whatever, movie, OnlyFans video. And she's preferring him pretty much over Adam. What is your take?
Well, before we even get into the subject, for the listeners that don't know what's really going on with the situation,
explain it to me.
Adam22, like you touched bases on, he does the interviews. His wife, not his girlfriend, not his side girl or anything like that. His wife is also a porn star who makes porn, obviously, on OnlyFans. So throughout the months, she's been kind of hinting that, she kind of wants to do her own porns by herself, because recently they've been doing porns together, having threesomes with other beautiful women. And obviously he's getting the pleasure that he wants. They're getting the money from the OnlyFans, but she's ready to get piped down.
The other thing is, I'll never forget, she showed up on TikTok about a year ago, and it was a joke that pretty much said, when you have sex with my friends, that's okay. But when I do it, I'm a slut. And she made a funny video about it. And that was about a year and a half ago. And to me, that was a sign of things to come. No pun intended, where you go, okay, things aren't good. Because in these videos, he's banging like her friends and they're having a ton of threesomes, but you've never seen her bang a guy. And I think she got sick of it, which is why open relationships don't work. Is because especially if the man begins by cheating, I've seen this so much. Whenever the man begins cheating and the wife pretends like she's cool with it, if he's getting laid all the time, she wants to go out there and get laid. And then what happens is, when she begins getting laid more or begins enjoying the other people she's hooking up with, the man gets hurt every time. I've seen it so many times. It's insane. That's why I'm monogamous. I'm a slut when I'm single, but I can't even imagine being in an open relationship.
Well, the situation with that is, you got to think about it. Women think more with their heart. So it's different if a woman is actually saying, I enjoyed fucking this guy more than I did you, because she's really saying it with her heart. A guy can go and smash 15 to 20 girls and still come back to his wife and love her, or probably love her even more. So kind of touching back on the basis. So they're both porn stars. They've had tons of threesomes. And she blatantly says, Adam, I want to have my own.
In your personal opinion, okay, which did you prefer? What do you prefer more, the BBC or Mr. Husband over here?
Is this why you put us in two different rooms?
Exactly. We can just be truthful here, guys. Truthful, okay?
I did enjoy Jason's new. Everything not new is interesting and fun, but what?
You made him leave. Look at that.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to catch a breath.
Adam's
so wait,
pissed.
you choose Jason over your husband?
I have been with one person for 7 years, and although Adam is very exciting to me, like a new experience is always going to be a little more interesting and different. And Adam could attest to that. Like, a lot of the we have are probably a lot more fun than him just me on a regular night, right?
Yeah.
So I had fun with Jason, but I still have a lot of fun with my partner, and I don't prefer Jason's over Adam's. That's not weird.
Well, that's a lie, number one. Look at homie out there. He's exploited everybody in the hip hop game. He's exploited all these girls in porn. He's an absolute scumbag. And then he's the one that ends up getting burned. I despise him. I think the biggest reason why I despise him is there's like rape allegations from like 18 years ago. And he got dropped from Atlantic Records because of that. And there's a blog that was deleted when we used to write blogs like 15 years ago. And the blog was recovered by the Internet Archive, and he was making jokes that he got away with rape. He's a piece of shit. So karma came back to him by his girl enjoying hooking up with a black guy that probably performs better than him.
Well, I definitely agree with everything that you said about the rape and stuff like that. But let's be honest.
Well, tell me.
If both of them agreed that they can have an open relationship, have sex with different people, is Adam really losing? He's able to have his wife.
Dude, I know it's an audio podcast and not visual, but you saw homie's face. He was dead inside.
Yeah, I mean, and this is what I want to, I want to share my personal opinion on the situation. When I first heard about the situation, I was feeling bad for Adam. Everybody's been roasting Adam. If you go to Twitter, everything is about her. And actually, if you're hearing this and you do go to Twitter, I suggest you go to her Twitter so you see her body. She shows everything. And of course they got the previews of the OnlyFans. So if you want to, preview and see what you're going to buy beforehand, they're going to take care of you there. But
buy porn? Who the hell does that?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to buy, but you can just watch the previews. he's been smashing girls, new girls, for 7 years. So I feel like him taking a loss one time with one guy is not really a loss.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's a loss.
It hurts him, of course, as a man.
He looked so hurt in that clip, bro.
Of course, as a man, it has to hurt him, his ego. But things, I'm sorry, they got to be fair. You can't smash 45 girls.
Thank you.
60 girls and then feel bad when your wife is like, yo, I'm going to smash this one guy. You got to play the game.
You know what I think is the most gross mentality, and this is not me trying to be fake woke. I really believe this. The most gross thing that men do, and you can be real with me and tell me if I'm right or wrong on this in your opinion. When a man cheats, they go, oh, I had urges or whatever. And that's fine if you have urges and you can't control it. That's fine. But when a man who's in a relationship gets laid a lot and cheats, it's okay. Or when a man has a lot of sex when they're single, it's okay. But then when the woman does it, we slut shame them. I think it's the most embarrassing thing our gender does because it makes us all look bad. Like, I could date someone that had a huge body count if we're monogamous. That's your past. I have a past as well. The millennial generation has been slutty. I think it's very controlling and very sociopathic when a man doesn't like that the other woman has a body count. Because if you have a body count and you claim to be equal and you want everything to be fair, then you shouldn't care about your girl's body count. Like, people I'm talking to, like, I'm talking to this one girl right now, and I really like her. And any of my exes in the past or hookups, I don't want to know. My ex used to just spill out all the info about her previous hookups, and I'm like, I don't want to know. That's how I roll. If you like the person, that's cool. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't agree with you with women having the same rights as us men to smash the opposite sex, because if I'm going to get married, I want my girl to be the most away from all that type of shit. I do agree. Yeah. I do agree. Obviously, you want a woman that's experienced because she got over the whole phase already. But I don't know. I'm team guys.
Well, yeah, I'm team guys too. I'm just saying, I think it's such a double standard where when a man does it, it's cool. When a woman does it, it's not cool. But I'll tell you right now, you are in fairy tale land if you think the girl you're going to marry doesn't have a past. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, we like to think about, oh, she just has 3 or 4 guys.
They're all sluts.
I mean, we're all sluts. Besides my mom. I truly believe my mom is, and I'm trying to be gross, but she literally only hooked up with somebody else before then she told me this recently. Because I asked her, did you lose your virginity to dad? Because my dad waited until the wedding night with my mom. And my mom had one boyfriend in the 80s that she was in love with. And she had sex with him she's going to be so mad for me doing this. But this is what I'm explaining. The old boomers, if they had sex before marriage and they were a Roman Catholic, my mom went to confession and was upset with herself and waited until marriage. That doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, those days are dead and gone.
Dude, if I went to confession, I would have to pray about 48 times.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Sorry, Mom, I love you. This next rapper is a really big deal here in the Bay Area. I'm going to read his bio. Here's what it says on Spotify. There are 2 sides to every story. I am not holding back from what is on my mind and in my heart. The good versus the bad. Hence, my name, Bruce Wayne and The Dark Knight. My father, Richard Batman Wood, played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that is where I get my name from. I have a story to tell, and I am not the norm. Let's get it. I am Tampa born and raised. Played college football at the University of Washington, middle school teacher and U.S. Army vet. I just love music in all capacities. And he's been inspired by Fabulous, Cassidy, Missy Elliott, and more. And here is the Happy Hour premiere. his music's already exploded, so it's not a premiere for him. But for the happy hour audience, here is So Easy.
I'm not a nice guy, I'm a little crazy. I'm a tree in the sun, a little shady. Ready to fire, yet never on safety. Eyes twitching and my hands are really shaky. Padded room and I'm locked in a psych ward. Love the dark, what you talking about the light for? I'm not natural, I'm a different life form. You 6 feet deep, what you break about your height for? One direction, you headed down the wrong one way. I'm about to take off and I'm on a runway. I'm putting in work even on a Sunday. I'm a soldier and I'm used to that gun play. Don't push me, the city got my back. Watch what you say, cause you never get the time back. Swing on us and you have to fight back. We'll end a couple punches, gonna have to fly back. Don't start nothing with the 10. We gon' rev it up, we been sick in this thing. No doctor visits and no checking up. No prints with my gloves, so I don't need to freshen up. No cheat codes and we beat the game. We had to level up.
It's so easy to me. This so easy to me. It's so easy to me. This so easy to me. It's so easy to me. This 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 shit, this so easy to me. Big box talk while you talking to me. Keep a mask on my face if you pop it with me. Like, whoa, tell me where your money at, though. I'm 2G, bitch, money bag, yo. All I do is hustle till the boy can't breathe. Self-made, everything, turn myself to young king, let's go. I don't think they really wanna know. I got pushed with the hits, I got Bruce on the low. Mobbing with the gang, tell me where you gon' go. Back in the black with the Matt Hellcat. Dodge go room, try to dodge us fast. Tell me what's weakness, where's that at? I've been running circles around the whole track. Damn. This so easy to me. This shit, this so easy to me. Cruise 6'4" like easy to eat. Mask on, keep an attitude on G. Hear a lot of talking, boy, you better run fast. If you playing with my name, bitch, watch your fucking back. This so easy to me. 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 This so easy to me.
Talking about hits, so we talking like this. Raising the jungle like Mowgli, I ran it like Forrest. Took for granted like I'm Horace. Play with the magic that's darker than Mike. Rumble the patches to get me some nights. Nah, I do shows. Pay a nigga what he worth. Triple double with my worth. Nah, I'm on point like a needle. I watch for the Smeagol. When I bear rings like Chicago, I win. Whether the storm, it don't matter, I'm in. Gotta blame skies is the reason I win. Linked up with City and Gotham again. Jealous nigga probably mad at his mom. Now I know what it feels like to be Braun. Temper winning is the vibe that I'm on. And I'm back like a spine and I'm putting them on. Push.
This so easy to me. 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 This so easy to me.
How legit was that, bro? I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than that. Here is Soar as well. We'll play a second of it. And you know who he is, which is awesome.
Man, listen, shout out Bruce Wayne. Shout out all the Tampa artists that are recently, pushing their music, reaching out to all the people on the radio and actually getting their songs played. Bruce Wayne is a cool dude. If you guys haven't took the time, shout out Trenches Media. Shout out Bruce Wayne. And go check out the short film on YouTube.
What's going on? This following segment's been brought to you by the best Delta 8 CBD hemp lemonade around, Astrobleem. ASTROBLEME.com. Astrobliss Lemonade. It gets you so high. I'm going tomorrow to re-up. And we've had a few orders recently, and I appreciate everybody that's using the keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, at ASTROBLEME.com and saving 10%. Because the algorithm won't let me post it on Facebook. So people are literally going off of hearing about it, which makes me feel really good. Like, it's one thing to click on a link, but to have people go because they heard about you, it's awesome.
Listen, shout out that code one more time. What is it?
ASTROBLEME.com and use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe. Also, if you go to RyanHoppeRadio.com, under the sponsors tab, you can get the info there. This has also been brought to you by WestChasePrinting.com. When I tell you that they are the best printing company in all of the Bay Area, I am a man of my words. All right. Froggy made this beat. It's called a guitar beat. Dude, low-key, Froggy's making better beats than a lot of people.
Froggy might be
MJ Morning Show.
An all-time Hall of Famer with those beats.
Yeah, he's good. And he didn't even want the credit. He said, you can just play it. But I'm about credit to a point. But we discussed this before the show.
We did.
I got to sometimes give myself credit.
Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Call Hoppe now. 856-49-HOPPE. Tweet at him at Ryan Hoppe Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
All right, let's get right into it.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic! A shocking report of hazing at Northwestern University has led to the firing of the Big Ten school's longtime football coach. Pat Fitzgerald was let go last night after investigators found evidence to back up claims by some of his players. He tells ESPN he had no knowledge whatsoever of any form of hazing within the Northwestern football program.
I love when they get caught and then they pretend like they didn't know, like Joe Paterno. I'm not comparing that to Jerry Sandusky, but I love when they get caught and they said they have no idea. Then you're a really bad coach if you didn't see it, number one. And number two, I got to tell you something funny. I was on the radio in Chicago at WNUR 89.3 FM. I was at Northwestern University Radio. I snuck in. That's a Big Ten school, and my overnight show was decently popular for being 19 years old. It was called the Hoppe and Super Rich Show. Because of my speech impediment, I had a hard time, and I'm working on it, and I have my speech therapist tonight, but my friend's name was Ryan Stuprich. But I didn't want to do Ryan and Ryan because then it's like Mike and Mike in the morning on ESPN. So I did Hoppe and Super Rich, and we were on the radio at Northwestern University throughout Chicago. Well, it was crazy.
Before we hop into the article,
yeah,
let's talk about the definition. He says, I had no knowledge whatsoever of any form of hazing. Speak to me about hazing. What is hazing, and what's the definition, and what is he trying to say with this whole article?
What do you think hazing is?
Hazing.
I feel like it's like bullying in the locker room. It's like you got to do this. Like some of the movies from the 80s have it like you're running around in your underwear, blindfolded, chugging beer. And the one for the last 11 years has been butt chugging. I know that is weird, but I'm saying we'll find out in the clip the new allegations. But to me, hazing is like bullying the younger people.
Okay, so
radio kind of does it too.
So we're talking about kind of like what frats do.
Yeah, and this is a football team, Big Ten. They're an okay team in Chicago. Like they're the College of Chicago for a football team. So this is a big city. Their school is right on Lake Michigan. It's near Chicago. Like this is a big deal.
Our national correspondent, Jerika Duncan, has more on the allegations, which include some disturbing details.
Yeah, definitely. Good morning, everyone. Last Friday, the school suspended Fitzgerald for 2 weeks without pay, but after new allegations emerged over the weekend, the university president took a step further and relieved Northwestern's winningest football coach of his duties.
We're about to find out. But that's when you know things are bad. They just said winning as coach. He took them to bowl games. He gave them a 9-7 record, 8-8, because the Big Ten's competitive with Michigan and Ohio State, and he made them legitimate. That's when you know things are bad.
And the Cats are on the board first.
Coach Pat Fitzgerald, once a star linebacker for the Northwestern Wildcats, had led the team for 17 seasons. In this 2014 video, he said his program had a zero-tolerance policy for hazing.
As we've really thought deep about how we want to welcome our new family members in to our programs and into our organizations, hazing should have nothing to do with it.
But late Monday, he was fired for allegedly failing to know and prevent ongoing incidents of hazing within the football program. In a statement, the school's president said the head coach is ultimately responsible for the culture of his team. Over the weekend, the student newspaper detailed what an anonymous former player described as an abrasive and barbaric culture that has permeated throughout the program for years. In one alleged ritual known as running, he says a younger player would be restrained by a group of 8 to 10 older players while they dry humped him in a dark locker room. Ramon Diaz Jr. was an offensive lineman for Northwestern from 2005 to 2009.
Rubbing in genitals on another person's body, I mean, that's coercion. That's predatory behavior.
Diaz says hazing was common in the locker room.
People were urinating on other people in the showers.
The son of Mexican immigrants says he was not only the target of sexualized hazing incidents, but also rampant racism. In one instance, he says he was forced to have Cinco de Mayo shaved into his hair as a freshman.
Oh, no. Let's see if it gets any worse, but that's just like dumb teenager things.
Yeah, stop being so dramatic.
It's very intentional. You could have put anything, or you could have shaved anything into my head, and they decided that would be the funniest.
Northwestern says that while an independent investigation did not find sufficient evidence that the coaching staff knew about ongoing hazing, there were significant opportunities to find out about it.
Everybody saw it. So many eyes. I mean, there were so many players and nobody did anything. And they just let this go on for years.
Diaz, who is now 36 years old, says what he went through at Northwestern is the reason he became a therapist.
We were conditioned and put into a system that is broken and that has ruined many lives, including mine.
He's a bitch. I was thinking it was like they were naked, or something. And that's all it was.
Shut your bitch ass up!
That's all I gotta say.
Shut your bitch ass!
Yeah, you got it.
You son of a bitch!
Having fun with the sound effects. I mean, seriously, though. Do you vape?
I do not. I smoke Big Zaza only.
My heart right now is in 10,000 pieces. No child is going to suffer the way my child suffered. Nobody else could go through what I'm experiencing right now.
Charlene Zorn from Wilmington, North Carolina is warning others about vaping after her stepson Solomon Wynn died in June of this year.
I vape the THC from my medical card, and I do get concerned, I think about my throat. Like, we're here for one time, but I sometimes go, this can't be great for me.
So you say you think about your throat, but what happens after you take another hit? Do you still think about it again?
No.
He was healthy and 4 months ago got a cough. So we thought it was bronchitis. It didn't clear up. We back to the family doctor. It didn't clear up. They tried different antibiotics. They ran blood tests. They ran x-rays for pneumonia. Immediately looked at the x-rays and said to Solomon, "You've been vaping. Don't lie."
She says she had no idea the 15-year-old was vaping.
And I had so many people say to me, "How does Solomon get it? How does any kid get anything? A friend, a sibling, they stole it from a parent, and we're not parents that smoke." And he collapsed on Friday the 16th. And
rest in peace, my man. That's sad. I think about it a lot, but it's just I don't know. I literally don't know what to say about that situation. So we're going to take a commercial break. 856-49-HOPPY. And it's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com. Every show I've been playing Lucas Brown, No Choice, which has 430,000 listens, but I feel like I need to give his other songs, some love, and a lot of complaints about radio is playing the same music. So let's hear Mind Eraser. We will be right back on Happy Hour. Hang on.
Happy Hour.
Every day, make a right, every day, burn a track, girl, we going on the map, oh.
mind today. Let's go get high today. We could just vibe away, baby. Tell me your mind today. Give me the ride away. Isn't it driving you crazy? On and on, tell me the things you want in my head all day long. Girl, tell me I'm wrong. She's my mind eraser. Only time could take her, and I'm fine. Just make her mine. Oh, oh, oh yeah. She's my mind eraser. Down the line, I'll chase her. We combine to make it whole. Oh, oh. One hell of a relationship. You could not erase a shit, erase a shit. I ain't on to erase a shit. No. Now I say when I'm thinking of you, fresh breath in the middle of June. Oh damn, I got it confused. Tell me what though, nah, it ain't true. Nah, it ain't true. Both feet up, one looking at you. Now we both starving while we stuck in the mood. Oh, all I know is she's my mind eraser. Only time could take her, and I'm fine. Just make her mine. Oh, oh, oh yeah. She's my mind eraser. Down the line, I'll chase her. We combine to make it whole.
Lucas Brown. Man, this dude is talented. 856-49 Hoppy. I'm not sure why I gasped like that was annoying. That was actually really good. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com. Romeo, what's happening? If you want the best trainer around, go to fitsagefitness.net. My good friend Devin Prasad, son of Tampa legend Danny Prasad, has the best workout program around. Also, if you need to work on your mental health, which God knows I need to work on it, and it's gotten better, counselingoncall.net. I speak to my therapist, my psychologist every week, and he's really helped me. If you go to counselingoncall.net and you tell them you heard about it on Happy Hour, they're going to hook you up with some mental health help.
Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Happy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Happy Hot Topic!
I find this next headline riveting.
In something of a full circle moment, Jack Sweeney, the college student who Elon Musk suspended from Twitter for tracking his private jet, is back, still tracking Elon's jet on the competition's app. Elon Jet has arrived to Threads. It was Sweeney's first post from the handle at Elon Musk's Jet, which had over 91,000 followers at latest check.
Are you on Threads?
I'm not.
Don't join it, because if you want to delete your account, you have to delete your Instagram as well. And there's some privacy issues. And it's lame. It's like, it shows you people you don't even know, and it shows you all your Facebook friends. With Twitter, you specifically follow people, and you feel like your follow from people on Twitter is more legitimate because they had to go out of their way to do it. With Threads, you just go follow everybody.
Well, that's why I love Twitter. I'm Team Twitter. I'm actually on Twitter right now.
What is your name on there?
My name on Twitter, I'm about to give you right now. It's The Last Pharaoh at YNG Pharaoh. So make sure to follow me.
Elon Jet has tracked the movements of Musk's private plane using data available in the public domain.
Yeah,
Sweeney started going viral in early 2022 when Musk caught wind of his efforts and offered him $5,000 to stop posting his plane's location.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, geez, everything's going crazy.
Musk, who at the time was worth $200 billion, rejected that request. That December, Twitter suspended the Elon Jet account, with the billionaire threatening legal action against the account's operator after saying his son had been mistakenly followed by a, quote, crazy stalker.
Elon's such a bitch because it's like you're a public figure. That's going to happen. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not like weird to track his everyday things, but come on. You feel that?
I feel like right now you cannot cry about safety when you're a billionaire.
And you literally are running a platform that doesn't care about our safety. So when it's everybody else's safety, you're the one that gets mad. You know, here we go. More info on Threads.
Meta's Twitter rival Threads is now the fastest growing app ever, surpassing 100 million users in just 5 days. Meanwhile, the Federal Reserve's top regulator is preparing to boost capital requirements for the nation's largest banks. ABC News business reporter Alexis Christophers has more on that and your other business headlines. Alexis, what are you watching today?
We're watching that Threads, Diane, because Meta's Twitter competitor is already breaking records. In just 5 days, the Threads app has reached 100 million users, making it the fastest growing app ever, even faster than ChatGPT, which took 2 months to reach that milestone.
I love ChatGPT. Do you use that?
I have not used it, but I see it all the time. Tell me a little bit about it. Tell me more about it.
You are pretty much talking to like an AIM that's really smart. Remember those robots like 15, 17 years ago that you could have a conversation with on AIM that were fake?
Correct.
It's the same thing. Let me show you an example. I'm going to go to chatgpt.com. Let me log in with my account, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. We're going to do this right now on the podcast, which I never usually do things like this, but I want to make it big in radio, but it is very competitive. I have a successful podcast that sounds like a radio show, and I have had some huge names on it. I am 29 years old and about to turn 30. What should I do next? Let's see here. You ready? I don't think you're ready for this. Congratulations on your successful podcast and having influential guests on your show. It's great that you have a strong foundation to build upon for your radio aspirations. Here are some ideas you can take to further your career in radio. Develop your skills, network with professionals, intern or work at a radio station, create a demo reel, research and target specific radio shows, seek opportunities for guests, build an online presence, consider local or community radio. Look at that. Just like that.
And literally, what, in about 1 second?
Not even that, bro.
0.1?
It's frightening. It's better advice than I sometimes get from actual radio people. That's what's frightening about Chat, GBT, and AI, is it's better than humans.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg posting on Threads that the app's launch has been way beyond even his expectations. Twitter has threatened to take legal action against Threads, accusing Meta of hiring dozens of former Twitter employees with the intention of creating a copycat platform. Meta's
Shut the fuck up, Elon. You're the one that fired everybody. You're the one that let everybody go. You're the one that treated everybody badly at your job. And a lot of them were from when they worked with Jack, who bought the company, and you ruined everything. What are they supposed to not take your idea? It's not even your ideas because you just bought Twitter. What are they supposed to just feel bad for themselves?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Elon. You need to take this L with you and just know that you lost. You went ahead against Mark Zuckerberg, who owns Facebook, who owns Instagram, who now owns Threads, and you're not even in the social media game. You just had the money to buy Twitter. You're a car guy, my guy. Relax, sit back, take the L, and then get this ass whooping in Rome.
head of communications, dismissed those accusations. Where else but in a Threads post? U.S. banks are facing...
All right, we don't care about U.S. banks because they don't care about us. There are concerns with the privacy on Threads.
Signed up to Meta's Threads app in just 5 days since it launched. Buried within the terms and conditions is a clause that has made privacy experts worried.
You're telling me something that Mark Zuckerberg isn't trustworthy? Whoa, dude. I honestly find that, this is full of sarcasm. I am telling you right now, that is unbelievable that you are telling me that something that Mark Zuckerberg created is untrustworthy? That's breaking news, my man. Mark Zuckerberg we should not be able to trust him? When he had to go to Congress and was selling info? Breaking news. 856-49-HOPPY. It's 856-494-6773.
Fox Business correspondent Kelly O'Grady has the details.
Well, we're all guilty of clicking yes on the terms of service without reading it, right? But as Meta's new app Threads explodes in popularity, I begin to wonder, what is Meta going to do with all this data?
Sell it to things that are bad. Have you ever read the terms and conditions of anything?
Listen, there's really no point of reading it because if you're going to go ahead and open the account, you're going to take the L anyways.
So I read the fine print, and it turns out they plan to share it with other platforms in the future. Now, buried in the terms of service is a pledge to soon make Threads part of what's known as the Fediverse. So that's basically a decentralized network of servers that allows member social networks, like a Mastodon, for example, to communicate with each other. Now, for example, a Threads user would be able to interact with a Mastodon user seamlessly, even if they're not on the same platform. Now, the upside is you could get rid of the current siloed social media experience, but here's what concerns me. In the terms of service, it says, quote, please be aware that you're directing us to deliver your information to services not controlled by Meta. Information sent to third-party services is no longer in Meta's control and is subject to the terms and policies of those third parties. Now, it's particularly vague on what data actually gets shared, but once the data is out there, users may not be able to delete it. Those platforms may have different policies from Meta. And worse, it could also have servers outside the United States. Now, TikTok is under scrutiny for storing American user data in China, and industry experts worry that Threads sharing data through the Fediverse could pose the same challenge.
Before we go to break, what's your take on that? I mean, I have nothing to hide. I work in radio. I'm a semi-public figure, and all I do is watch pornography and work in radio. You got anything to hide?
Listen, all this is nothing new. The fact that they're selling the information to other companies, third parties that most likely work for other governments, CIA, Chinese, European, is just part of the norm.
856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhoppyradio@gmail.com.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
Here is Kings Recognize Kings with White Walls, with one of my good friends and one of the best rappers in the Bay Area and overall shotcore.
Rolling with my girl, Yeah. This is for the one I love, baby. Ooh. Yeah. Let's roll. Yeah. Drop top, old school, Lincoln. Oh, yeah. White walls, rolling with my lady. Oh, drop top, old school, Lincoln. Yeah. White walls, rolling with my girl. Yeah. We can go where you wanna go. Yeah. As long as you are riding shotgun with me. Beneath the salmon color skies we ride. Ooh, thankful that I'm with good company. Drop top, old school, Lincoln.
top down. So glad we ain't no longer in lockdown. A breath of fresh air, this is self-care. My lady look good, just got some new hair. I don't get jealous when other dudes stare, cause my honey stays with me like Winnie the Pooh Bear. Looking tasty in this natural AC. Girl, I'm KC, you got me singing, ooh yeah.
It's just me and you rolling with the music up high. Your hair is blowing in the wind while I'm caressing your thigh. Our destination is the beach, you can say that we're lit. I got shoulder walls banging while we rolling the strip. There's not another living person I would rather ride with. I swear you're looking real good while we rolling this whip. You're like a movie star, baby, you're the queen of the set. Picture the same me in the drop top when the sun is just set.
Drop top, old school, Lincoln, yeah. White walls, rolling with my lady. Oh, drop top, old school, Lincoln, yeah. White walls, rolling with my girl, yeah.
Drop the top, feel the bop when the needle drop, cause the party don't stop. Drop the top, feel the bop when the needle drop, cause the party don't stop. Drop the top, feel the bop when the needle drop, cause the party don't stop. Drop the top, feel the bop when the needle drop, cause the party don't stop.
Drop top, old school, Lincoln, yeah. White walls, rolling with my lady. Oh, oh, drop top, old school, Lincoln, yeah. White walls, rolling with my girl. Oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah. This following segment's been brought to you by... What's going on with you, Pharaoh? Promote it. Anything fun?
So listen, there's a lot of events going on this weekend, and Hoppe, I really would love if you come outside and hang out with me. Listen, this Saturday, we're going to be at Room 1701. A lot of bottle deals. It's always fun. It's Latin hip hop. A lot of beautiful ladies in the building. Sunday, we're back at the rooftop. Tangra rooftop is going to be wild. So those beautiful ladies that you saw earlier with water guns are going to be in the building. And pretty much as ladies in bikinis and guys in surf shorts. Is going to be an event called Wet and Wild. It's going to be crazy, and you do not want to miss that. And we're ending the weekend at Club Play.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
And now for something completely different.
It's time to turn Hoppe on.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Yeah, just a little more time on here because I'm working the next 4 days. I might record tomorrow, but I like to crank out, that's a weird way to put it, as much content as possible.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
It was nearly impossible to get away from the intense heat from coast to coast this week. Triple-digit temperatures quickly became the norm in countless cities with sweltering conditions that lasted for days. In fact, scientists said that Earth became the hottest it has ever been in 125,000 years. Keep in mind, that's with half the planet experiencing winter right now. These weather extremes have only grown worse over the years, so is there a way to turn it all around? NBC meteorologist Angie Lassman takes a look in our Sunday Focus.
I have this rule on my show that if I'm bored, the audience is bored, so we're going to move on. But pretty much, I predict every summer is going to be hotter and hotter, bro. And especially if you're at Wet and Wild, I don't expect things to get better at all. And just in general, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's specifically with the weather. I don't see it going back to like hot.
Especially not in Florida. Florida is going to be a state that's definitely going to be hotter and hotter every year. Supposedly this week was the hottest day ever recorded on Earth. And best believe when we were out there working the remotes for 4th of July weekend, we definitely felt it.
856-49 Hoppe. Speaking of hot.
51 never looked so good. That's Sofia Vergara celebrating her big day on vacation in Italy. The America's Got Talent judge modeled several swimsuits, including this sexy neon green one-piece for her special day. Waking up here on my 51st birthday, still healthy, dreams, energy, My knees already hurt, yes, but a lot of joy to live. Sophia then went sailing off the Italian coast in a white one-piece. Now some eye candy for the ladies. Check out a super buff Zac Efron soaking up the sun on a yacht in the French Riviera.
That's when you know it's a slow news day. It's when they're like, look at these celebrities with their shirt off looking good. Speaking of celebrities with their shirt off, Megan Fox had to cover up her tattoo of her ex.
Megan Fox is moving on from her ex in a very permanent way. On Tuesday, the 37-year-old actress got a new tattoo on her right hip, which now covers up the previous body art she had, which was just the word Brian, in honor of her ex-husband, Brian Austin Green. Jesse, a tattoo artist who owns SYZYGY Precision Tattooing in Los Angeles, shared a photo of Megan's new ink to his Instagram, captioning the post, "Cover-up tattoo for Megan Fox. Was able to completely hide the old tattoo underneath the new snake and flowers she wanted. Very grateful for all of the opportunity tattooing has given me and all of the cool people I've met along the way."
Would you ever get a tattoo of a girl's name? Ever?
Yes.
Have you?
No, but I've been thinking about it, honestly. I mean, I've kind of thought about it with all my girlfriends, but I really feel like, why not?
Also, people are using AI to spice up the dating profiles.
As artificial intelligence makes its way into more aspects of our daily lives, dating is no exception. A new study from AI dating tool Attraction Truth finds that 20% of single men aged 25 to 35 use the technology to enhance their dating profiles. Of those who report using AI on their accounts, 37% say they feel more confident with potential.
That's a good sign for the future when you need AI to get laid. I feel more confident when I rely on a computer.
Partners, and 24% noted improvements in their messaging skills.
What do you think of that?
I don't know. If you need AI in 2023 to talk to a girl when half of them are sluts, you're just a bozo.
Speaking of bozos.
This morning, more dangerous incidents for pop stars performing around the world. Superstar Harry Styles hit with an object by something apparently thrown from the crowd while performing in Europe. Videos posted on social media show an object hitting Styles in the face on stage at his concert in Vienna. The Grammy Award-winning singer seen pausing and flinching, covering his face before walking away.
Have you ever had things thrown at you at a club?
By my girlfriends, yes.
Oh, man. What are you doing to piss them off?
You know, just being good old me.
Being Pharaoh.
Our concert season is in full swing with mostly adoring and respectful fans. Some of the biggest acts are finding some attendees are going too far. In June, singer Bebe Rexha needed stitches after she was hit in her face by a flying phone.
You must be the biggest loser if you have to throw something at them. You know what I'm saying? You feel that?
I mean, I'm not mad at them because there's some artists that are really doing a hit in the face.
The star posting a selfie afterwards, reassuring fans, "I'm good." A few days later, singer Ava Max said she was recovering after a fan slapped her while she was performing in Los Angeles. Max writing, "He slapped me so hard that he scratched the inside of my eye." During a concert in London, Pink was tossed a bag reportedly containing the ashes of a fan's mother. The superstar shocked.
I don't know how I would feel if someone did that. You know what I'm feeling? That I think it's very classy that the Jonas Brothers' wife declined to go on the New Jersey show.
That is so funny.
She was asked.
I was asked.
Of course you were asked.
But I think I would die in it.
Danielle Jonas dishes on how she really feels about a potential return to reality TV. The wife of singer Kevin Jonas appears with her hubby in a recent episode of the Lady Gang podcast. When asked if she would ever want to appear on the Real Housewives franchise in her home of New Jersey, where she and Kevin currently live, the 36-year-old reveals she's already received an invitation.
Why the hell is Kevin living in Jersey? Out of all the money you can have, why would you pick Jersey?
I don't know. Kevin always seemed like the weirdo one.
That is so funny.
She was asked.
I was
Of
asked.
course you were asked.
But I think I would die in it.
I love rich, famous celebrities. Like, granted, I'm using a board that's probably $50,000 that makes this sound good, but they are millionaires and their microphones sound like this.
Asked.
But I think I would die in it.
I mean, that sounds like a Skype webcam from 10 years ago.
I think they would kill me.
Bringing the lamb to the slaughter over there.
Man, can you imagine laying next to her every night? She's beautiful, but that voice, oh my God.
Ew.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't mind a girl having a webcam voice, would you?
Of course, never not.
856-49-HOPPY. We're about to wrap up this show, you know. Gentlemen, you should always wrap it up.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.